Thank you so much for having me here. You might know that earlier this week I celebrated my 209th birthday. I don't feel a day over 201, I have to tell you. But I want you to forget everything you thought you knew about me. You see, most of it is in fact wrong. Father of evolution? Not really. Evolution was proposed well before my work. And in fact, I didn't even use the word evolution anywhere when I first wrote The Origin of Species. I preferred the word transmutation. Long, flowing, snow-white beard? Not on the voyage of the Beagle. Only in the last 15 of my 73 years on the planet. Okay, well, I did eventually have a luxurious beard, and yes, in fact, I did write about evolution. But what about the species that inspired me? Surely it was, anyone? Finches. The finches of the Galapagos Islands. Well, actually, I was only in the Galapagos for a little over 1 month of a 5-year journey. Would you believe that mockingbirds, foxes, sloths, good job, guinea pigs, capybaras, and even armadillos had more to do with my theory of evolution? Let's consider for a moment that word, the meaning of evolution. It's Latin from the verb evolvere, which means unrolling. Perhaps we should not talk about the tree of life, but instead, the tapestry of life. Maybe evolution is more like the weaving of a cloth, evolving or being unrolled off the loom of reproduction and natural selection. It's formed by the colorful entwined threads of inheritance, winding continuously through the tapestry of life. If you allow me to reimagine one of my more well-known passages from The Origin of Species. There is grandeur in this view of cloth, whilst this loom has gone cycling on according to the fixed laws of motion. From so simple a beginning, endless forms, most beautiful and most wonderful, have been and are being weaved. I would like you to imagine unrolling your own tapestry of life, right now, right in front of you. Each line woven by the hands of your parents and your ancestors. Each line contributing to the story of a life. Some are just starting to unroll, others are looking a bit frayed. Sorry, Rick. Some parts are somber in tone, while others are riotous in color. But each is made of an unbroken thread connecting life through the generations. If you look closely at your tapestry, you can see the warp and the weft, which are the names for the threads of a cloth that are woven together. The warp originally held in place vertically by the loom, while the threads of the weft were woven through. The weft is an interrupted single thread woven back and forth to make separate lines, each line combining to form an overall pattern or image, like our tapestry. I would now like you to picture a new image. A young man, a month and a half shy of his 23rd birthday, in Plymouth Harbor, about to board the HMS Beagle, departing England on December 27, 1831, bound for a voyage across South America and not to return for almost 5 years. Let me read you from my very first paragraph in The Origin. When on board the HMS Beagle as naturalist, I was much struck with certain facts in the distribution of the inhabitants of South America and in the geological relationships of the present to the past inhabitants of that continent. These facts seem to me to throw some light on the origin of species, that mystery of mysteries. And this brings us back to the armadillo. Pretend we're observing an armadillo, but on a hillside nearby, we dig out giant plates that belong to a creature 11 feet long. What is their relationship? The dissimilarities in size and morphology means that it's too great to suggest any replacement of extinct species. Transmutation is the answer. So you see, it was finches, not finches, but armadillos that first got me thinking about the interwoven connections between all species. Thank you.